Have you ever tried to put a puzzle together without knowing what the big picture would look like when you finish it? It can be frustrating if you ever try a puzzle like that. Thankfully, I do have the picture here to look at and figure out where all the pieces go. But the edge pieces are actually missing on the picture, and so when I've been putting these pieces together, I have been a little bit frustrated. Thankfully, I've been able to figure it out. But if I had to put a puzzle together with absolutely no picture, I'd be frustrated. I'd pick up a few pieces. I might try to make a guess at what that picture would look like, but I wouldn't know where most of the pieces went, and I would know it would be difficult to figure it all out. Sometimes in our lives, all we have is a little piece to look at. I mean, right now, we have our families. We know what's happening in our families. We know what's happening right now, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we can be a little frustrated sometimes when we don't know the big picture. I'm really thankful to know, though, that God knows the big picture. He knows what's going to happen in the future, and He has a good plan for us. In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, he says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Now, this was a message that God gave to Jeremiah to his people at the time, and they were going through a really difficult time, and they didn't know what the future held. They needed some encouragement, and this was a message of hope. And I know right now we're going through a difficult time too. We really don't know what the future holds. We do know what's happening in our own families, but we don't know if we're going to get to play soccer this summer. We don't know when we're going to go back to school. We don't know if someone's going to get sick. There's a lot of questions we don't know the answers to. We can only see a small piece of the picture. We need to have hope and encouragement, though, to know that God knows the whole picture and He's looking out for us. So put your trust in God. He's looking out for you, and His plan is a good plan.